Mallari is now showing in cinemas, so here's my review of Mallari. Out of all the Metro Manila Film Fest entries this year, Mallari was the one I was looking forward to the most. A movie about the first documented Filipino serial killer, how does that not sound interesting? And this might be a hot take because I know a lot of people really like this movie, but I personally didn't really like it. Going into this, I was expecting something along the lines of Netflix's Dahmer show. Something that doesn't glamorize or glorify the things that the real-life person did, but something that makes you think about what would have led someone like him to do the things he did. Something disturbing and uncomfortable to watch. Something grounded and realistic. Plus the fact that he was a priest, there's a lot of conversations you could open up about that. But what we got instead was a jump scare fest that was not at all realistic or grounded or open up any conversations. It was just there simply to try and scare you. Which is what you want from a horror film, of course, but when your movie frames itself as a movie about a real-life serial killer, then you're sort of expected to elevate yourself from the typical horror flick. Granted, if you watched any of the trailers, you'd be aware of the movie's fictitious nature. But even as just a horror movie, I personally didn't find it scary. And I'm an easy person to scare. I'm the type of person who covers his eyes when watching horror movies. But in this movie, I did not once try to cover them because, like I said, it was the typical jump scare fest. Plus, they don't really linger or time their scares to build up suspense. Most of the scares are quick. And I feel like what makes a jump scare scary is the build-up. In this movie, the jump scares use a lot of jump cuts for some reason in an attempt to look scary, but it didn't work for me and it kinda looks like this. And it's like that over and over again. There was an unexpected scene that involved CGI in this movie. I won't spoil what it is, but I thought it was unintentionally funny. Any of you guys remember the TV show Bayani, where these kids get on a bubble and travel back in time and they interact with Filipino national heroes? Well, it kind of felt like I was watching an R-rated version of that, and instead of meeting a hero, we meet a literal serial killer. Let's just say that Rewind wasn't the only time travel movie from this year. I know a lot of people like this movie, but I was kind of hoping for something more, because it kind of feels like a different horror movie masquerading as a movie about Mallari. Cause really, why even make it about Mallari? I will say though, I thought Piolo was really good. There was this one dramatic scene where he was acting with himself, and I thought he was really good in that. Plus, I really like this movie's score. They got this creepy choir singing, and I thought it was genuinely the scariest part of the movie. At the end of the film, when the credits started rolling, I went over to the bathroom, and the cinema I watched it in still played the audio from the movie in the bathrooms. And it was genuinely freaky hearing that thing while being alone in the bathroom. But other than that, I kinda wish I was watching a grounded, realistic movie about Mallari set in 1812 instead, and not R-rated Bayani with jump scares. But I may be alone in this one, cause a lot of people really like this movie.